Cancer, let's take a journey through your horoscope this month. It's July 2021. I'm Didici, better get my helmet straight for this. How are you all? It's great to have your company again, and let me just animate this for you. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I'm just going to touch briefly on some of the transits this month. It's important for you anyhow, because it's important for everyone to look at the new moons and the full moons, but for you, because the moon is your ruler, we have to look at that. The moon itself, speaking of the moon, moving through your career sector, with some obsessive sort of traits there on the second and third, as it moves through your 10th house, then into the 11th house of friendships. That could be a little bit dicey. You know, you've got a very powerful conjunction of Uranus there, while that's squaring the passionate Mars and Venus. By the way, these two houses, the 2nd and the 11th, have to do with your finances and your profitability. So there's a bit of a challenge there. You may be at odds with, what you're earning and what the profit is, maybe not earning as much profit as you would have liked if you're running your own business, and then not being able to pay yourself to the extent that you would like. 12th house moon, I'm trying to keep an eye on some of these other planets. We'll get to them in a minute, but this 12th house moon, North Node and Mercury, bringing your mind to some deeper matters there, maybe looking underneath the surface of things to try to get an answer, try to understand why this income's not to the level that you'd like. Don't forget too that this 12th house is the house of expenses. The moon moves out of there, getting ready on the 10th, right here for its new moon phase. And that's why I said this is an important month for you, because the new moon, when it takes place in the sun sign, there it is there. Also in opposition to Pluto, you are focused on changing who you are now, changing your persona, and really dealing with people, because this 7th house is other people, dealing with people in a more forceful way, maybe a more manipulative way, maybe countering that manipulation. Here we see on the 12th Mercury moving into this sun sign of yours. That's important because it gives you an intuitive knack of looking beneath the surface. Your sign is a water sign, so I'd be suggesting you start really relying on that a lot more than you have in the past. If you keep your eye here on Venus, that'll move out of here. It's moving fairly quickly. You've got Mercury, the planet of communication, and the Sun here dealing with this relationship side of things. Pluto is not going anywhere fast, so you're going to have to deal with that as much as you can. Here you see the date of the 17th is particularly important as a perfect opposition, 17-18. There it is, the Sun Pluto. That can make you rather forceful in nature. You may want to impose your personality on others. It also brings to the table the whole issue of self-transformation, changing who you are and changing your relationships. That's also going to be important for you, because if you observe this transit of the moon as it moves into its full moon phase, as the moon gets brighter and brighter this month. Let's see, that may not happen actually. I think the sun is going to move out of here. Well, it is still going to affect your relationships. There it is there, moving into the sign of Pluto. The sun moves into your 2nd house of finance, but the full moon takes place in this 8th house for you on the 24th. Pardon me. And so matters of sexuality, shared finances and resources will be a serious topic because of the proximity of Saturn. You have to keep it light. You have to rely on Mercury at this time for you to get the right sort of response you're looking for from those that you're negotiating with. Nonetheless, your life partner, your spouse or business partner, because this axis, as I said, is really the focus for you this month. It's not good having the malefics, we call the Sun and Mars malefics, burning a hole in your pocket here. This is that 2nd house of finance I'm talking about. That's important that you carefully manage your money. That's also going to be shown by the retrogression of Jupiter. There it is on the 28th, 29th. It moves into this 8th house. So there's a shift in the focus. As you can see, the axis focal attention moves from that 1-7 self partnership to 2-8, this axis here, which is all about your shared finances and the money that you have, the money that you earn, how it's being spent. So two distinctly different areas are going to be hammering you this month, Cancer. So you need to be prepared and rely on this light-hearted element of Mercury. Although it's a deep planet, it still affords you the opportunity to negotiate in a way that doesn't get not only too heavy, but maybe unproductive, because people are at loggerheads or at war, worse still. So while this Jupiter is moving through this 8th house, you're going to see a whole big review. It's a sort of a stepping back into what had already gone on in the first few months of this year, the latter part of 2020, in terms of your finances, also in terms of your sexuality, because that's where that full moon took place. So I hope that gives you an insight. We're going to continue the Cancerian soap opera next month. I hope you'll join me. In the meantime, do pop on over to astrology.com.au, my website. We've got more detailed analysis. Oh, I've just moved the camera. Sorry about that. More detailed analysis on the daily, the weekly, and also the transcription of this monthly in the context of the year and where it's going. Still got a few more months left, another 5 or 6 months, 5 months. So do pop on over there, have a look, and do drop me a line, subscribe, and I will be back next month. I hope you will too. Bye-bye.